Welcome everybody. A week ago, we praised the Rams after a convincing win over Tampa Bay. But this past week, Arizona comes into the Rams' house and thumps them to remain the only unbeaten team in the NFL through 4 weeks. Over the past 21 season, 9 teams that were last unbeaten made it to the Super Bowl. But 7 of those 21 did not even make it out of the wild card round. Where will the fate take the 2021 Arizona Cardinals? Welcome to the October 5th Father, Son, and Holy Sport Weekly Podcast. I'm G-Man from Columbus, Ohio, with my man Team Money right next to me here. Hey, Team Money, what's up, man?
What's going on? Glad to be in-house for an awesome in-person podcast. It'll be fun, talk some football, and great sitting next to you, building a camaraderie.
Yeah.
Next to each other.
And we can't look at each other because we disappear. So we're just looking straight ahead here. But hey, one of the fun segments of the show is the trivia. We're going to get to that. We're going to ask you a question about the Heisman race.
All right.
And look at the active receivers in the NFL.
Okay.
How many active receivers in the NFL won the Heisman? That's your question.
All right.
All right. We're going to go through that with you later. You people out there, hey, you fans, hey, see if you can get this too. What active NFL player, man, won the Heisman? Is there 1, 2? Is there 3 of them? Hey, let us know. We also got some big picks for you coming up this week. G-Man's 2-0 last week on the picks of the week, man. Yeah. 2-0. G-Man picking at an 80% clip, man, on the picks of the week against the spread, y'all. Come on. Who's somebody higher than the Bear? The Bear does not, kind of walk in our Father, Son, Holy Sport shadow, man.
No, Bear from college football's got nothing on you.
Yeah. All you fantasy managers, we got a fantasy show. Hope you've been checking it out. Just focus on fantasy. Look for us on all the sites. We also have the T. Ross Chug and Chant coming up for you live. T. Money's going to do it here. Look for the T. Ross Chug and Chant in a separate 5-minute episode. Hey, y'all, if you like what you're seeing out there, press the like and subscribe. We're on YouTube, Spotify, many of the other platforms. Look for our name at Father, Son, and Holy Sport.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's kick it off with this week's Ross Rundown. We're going to fire out a bunch of topics back and forth to each other. Let's dive in here. The big one this weekend was the Ravens going for it. With time expiring, they ran the ball when they could have kneeled. They were up almost 20. The Broncos head coach was not happy with it. Said that it was bullshit, but he expected it from the Ravens. The Ravens countered with, well, why did you go for the end zone with 10 seconds left, down 16? I don't know if there's a 16-point touchdown you can get. So where do you land on this, G?
Well, I think there's a couple angles on this. First of all, they were going for the record of the most consecutive games rushing for 100 yards as a team. It was previously set by a team from 1944. So they're trying to break this record that was held by the Steelers, ironically.
Yeah.
Okay. And Denver had to get 3 more yards, and they got 5, and they kept their streak going. So they wanted to do that. Hey, man, I'm all for that, man. The players had to love it. Okay, the players loved that they went for the record, that they ran it anyway, But I remember, it reminds me of Team Money when I used to coach Team Money in basketball, and he used to get in these streaks, and the other coaches and I are like, we can't stop Team Money. He keeps on shooting. And the 3-pointer would go up, and we're up by 5, and Team Money shooting a 3-pointer, and the shot clock's not even close to being down. And we're like, what's he going to do? What's he doing? Why is he shooting? What's he shooting? Next thing you know, it swishes. And we're like, as long as he makes it, we don't care.
So are you okay with them running the ball?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm saying yeah.
I agree. They should be okay with it. It's football. You play the 60 minutes. Why the hell are you going for it when you're down 10 with 6 seconds left, or down 16 with 10 seconds left? And then you're going to complain about them going for it? Bush League stuff. Boo-hoo. Play better defense.
Hey, Denver's playing the Steelers in Pittsburgh this week. They're going to try to keep pace with the Chargers and Raiders, who are both favored to win. So they're both going to 4-1. So Denver, focus on your game, man. You need to go to 4-1. You got to go in and beat Pittsburgh, or you're 3-2, man, and you're in third place. So chill out, Denver.
Agreed.
Hey, let me ask you about another question. See what you think about Kyler Murray. Right. He's jumped up into the conversation, and he's now ranked the top in terms of the MVP race odds in the NFL. They beat the Rams. Should he be the MVP favorite?
I unfortunately think he has to be right now. I know my guy Matthew Stafford was up there originally, but it's got to be Kyler. He outdueled him. He went to what might have been their hardest game of the season versus that Rams defense at the Rams and just put on display. They're putting up 30-plus points each game. You can't stop these guys. Kyler's the mastermind behind it.
Can't tackle him.
You can't tackle him. He's throwing. He's running. He's making awesome plays.
Yeah.
The guy's got the Cardinals and Cliff Kingsbury 4-0 right now, so he's got to be the front runner, even though Mahomes is actually having a great season too. Watch out.
We'll talk a little bit about the odds of the MVP favorite later, but yeah, I agree with you, man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who ends up there, but let's move on to another team here I want to get to is the Bucs. They had an emotional game. They went up to New England to play the Patriots. Tom Brady had a pretty rough game, but they squeak out with a win. I don't know about you, but the defense played okay. That offense looked shaky. Where do you stand on the Bucs right now? Are they in trouble? Do you like them? Where do you stand?
I like them. They're in good shape to go back to the Super Bowl. G-Man predicted they go back and win it. Okay? They're going back, man. They're going to win that NFC. I still think they're going to do it. You know what I like about them? They retain their players. They kept all their players in the offseason. Plus, they added to it. They added Gio. Gio came in on offense. He's been a heck of an addition on that offense. Brady loves that passing back like James White. Mm-hmm. They added Richard Sherman last week on defense. I mean, they make these moves, and you get the feeling that there's a time clock that's clicking because of Brady and this. How much time does he have? And they just play with a sense of urgency. They bring people on with a sense of urgency. And if you can bring a sense of urgency to any organization, I don't care what business you're in, you have a competitive edge. And they have that sense of urgency, man. I love that.
I'm not sure. Now, I think they're a top 10 team in the NFL, yes. But they look shaky. The Patriots offense is not good. And Mac Jones looked better than Tom Brady did. So I'm not sold
let's pump the brakes on that.
Not sold on that defense. Eventually, Tom Brady's going to get hit with father time. I don't know when, but man, that was a really bad game there. I'm going to chuck it up to emotions, but you can't play like that and win a Super Bowl. And that defense has been extremely leaky. Mac Jones did dink and dunk, but he carved them up kind of, even though they were kicking field goals. I don't know. They easily could have lost this game. I'm not sold on the Bucs right now.
Okay. I liked that Fournette at 91 yards. They got the running game going, that balanced attack. That's going to be big for them. Remember the playoffs last year? Hey, let's go on to another one. Pittsburgh's in a tough position right now, sitting in last place in their division at 1-3. Should they move on from Big Ben?
Oh, my gosh, yes. Oh, my God, yeah. It's not even close.
You've been waiting to say that for 3 weeks.
Jeez, he looks horrible. He might be the worst starting quarterback in football, and David Mills throws the football for the Texans. He has not looked good. He looks so immobile, and that offensive line is not good enough to keep him in the pocket. He's got to be able to move around, and he just can't. I would start immediately looking for a replacement. I'd call the Niners right now, get Jimmy G on that team. That team is ready-made to win right now. They are ready to win. That defense is legit. Big Ben looks, I was shocked to see him throw a ball further than 10 yards. There was a 4th and 6 play, and he decided to dump the ball off for 3 yards. We can't dump the ball off every play.
Okay.
When you're running back,
I know you feel strong about that.
19 targets a game Najee Harris had last week. What the hell? I
kind of agree with you, but I'm not totally on board yet. I haven't given up on Ben yet. All right, what else you got, man?
Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, let's talk about the Cowboys because, every sports
Everybody
show
loves
has
that.
to. They get a big win versus the Panthers, who had a good defense and were also a solid team coming in here. Where do you stand on the Cowboys? True contenders, pretenders? What are your thoughts?
They're contenders as long as Dak is healthy. They're contenders. They're the 5th best team right now. But that NFC is tough. Okay, you got the Cardinals and the Rams. You just battle it out. Those guys are in the hunt. Okay, and you got last year's finalists, the Bucs and the Packers, played in the NFC Championship. So those 4 teams are solid. They look good. But Dallas is there too. They're 3-1. They could easily be 4-0. They got Zeke going again. They got a great running attack going now. So I think as long as Dak's healthy, he's playing his game, All right, Dallas is in there. I'm with you, Dallas. I'm with you, Texas. Come on, Texas. We like you in Ohio, man. Let's go.
Man. I just can't decide here because the Cowboys do this every year. They get everyone's hopes up, and then they just snatch them away from you and won't make the playoffs or lose in the first round. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, yes, they are contenders if they keep playing the way they are with a balanced attack. You can't rely on Dak to throw for 400 yards. Usually that's been because of the defense, but man, this Stephon Diggs' brother, Trayvon Diggs, looks elite at corner right now. Maybe the best in the NFL at the moment. 5 picks through 4 games. This guy is legit. Micah Parsons looks like a home run. DeMarcus Lawrence coming back from injury will be huge to help get pressure on the quarterback. Their defense, which was supposed to be their Achilles heel, all of a sudden looks like it could be a top 10 defense. So if they can keep a balanced attack with Zeke and all those receivers, I think they're contenders.
Okay. Hey, well, let's move on. Let's go to the Ross v. Ross. Appreciate your analysis there, Team Money. Hey, we're looking at which team is a quarterback away from contention. So contention, I assume, means playoffs and winning in the playoffs. So what do you think, man? Which team do you think is a quarterback away? They need that one piece.
I think this should be pretty obvious. And it's the Broncos. It's the Broncos. Now, I know they just got smashed by the Ravens, and they were 3-0, but they played the Jets, the Jags, and the Giants, who were all defeated before this. No wins. But they have a solid O-line. They have 2 solid running backs, great receiving core. Their defense is phenomenal, maybe the best secondary in the NFL. And their defensive line with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb is great. I mean, they have all the pieces to be a contender. Teddy Bridgewater is only going to get you so far. He's going to win you 8 games max. Drew Lock can't throw the ball to me standing 10 yards away. So their quarterback play is horrendous right now, but they have the pieces. They're ready to win right now. You throw Aaron Rodgers on that team, it might be better than what he has with the Packers.
Well, I'll give you my analysis. Denver made my long list, but they didn't make my final 2. I've got 2 that are worse than Denver. Not worse, but I think missing that piece. And I'll tell you my analysis. First of all, 18 of the 32 quarterbacks, I've already thrown for 1,000 yards. So I rule those 18 teams out. One of those is Big Ben's team. He's throwing for over 1,000. So the guys that threw over 1,000, I'm saying, okay, I'm going to accept their performance. The other thing is, another tenet I took is you can't do it by yourself. You look at Trevor Lawrence, bring in the top guy. He's not been able to do it by himself. So it's not just the quarterback, but which one's missing that quarterback piece? So I look at the NFC. Really, the only team I could think of in the NFC was the Saints. They could be a potential, but I really think the issue's in the AFC. With the teams, and I narrowed it down to 2 in the AFC. Okay. Cleveland, Baker Mayfield, who I love, Baker, man. I love your commercials, Baker. Man, would love to come to the stadium if you pull a commercial on me. Okay, but I got to speak, Cleveland's missing that one piece. They got the defense. They got the running game, but Baker has not really stepped up. I'm talking about the elite level. They make the playoffs. I'm talking about, can they get up there and win it all? I really think Baker is the guy holding them back. And my second choice.
Oh, we get 2 now.
My second choice is the Colts. You know that I'm not a Wentz fan. They made a mistake bringing in Wentz. And he's messing them up, man. Like I told all you fans. Don't get Wentz on your fantasy team. And look what he's doing.
Hey, I will admit I was wrong on the Colts, and you're right on that, but I don't know if they're there with that. The offensive line's hurt. The receivers.
They have some other issues.
They have other issues.
Yeah.
I actually was going to pick the Browns, but I was giving Baker Mayfield the benefit.
I know, because we all love him.
And their team is still solid. Like I think they could win multiple playoffs.
Yeah, but they're missing that piece. That's why I did.
If there's any team that could use Aaron Rodgers on their team and win a Super Bowl immediately,
they got every other piece.
It's them. And so I cannot knock you. I'm sorry Baker Mayfield couldn't hit the broadside of a goddamn barn versus Minnesota last week. He was horrendous throwing the ball. He was missing wide open receivers.
Yeah.
He was why that game was so close at the end because the run game was fine. The defense was phenomenal. he was the reason that game was close and that they almost lost.
We love you, Baker. Pick it up, man. We're counting on you to pick it up, man. We're from Ohio. You're here in Ohio, man. Come on. We want you to do it.
Come on.
Hey, let's move to our picks of the week. 2020 G-Man, 67% accuracy against the spread. Guess what? 2021, 80% accuracy. 2-0 last week.
I might need to start betting.
Gave you the lock pick of the week and the dog lock hit. Okay? Let's go to my first lock pick of the week here.
All right.
And you've been hot on the hot and cold. I've been more hot on the picks of the week. I'm going to go to the Cleveland Browns, traveling to the Los Angeles Chargers, who we just saw last night. 4 o'clock Sunday game. Chargers favored by 1. The over-under is only 46 in this game. Browns at Chargers, but Browns last week only had 21 points in the whole game. Both teams are 3-1, okay? The Chargers beat the Raiders. Justin Herbert had a 3-touchdown game. All right, are you with me? Cleveland scored 14 points, okay, last week. But they got the job done because of their D. Chargers offense leads the way here. Chargers take this one and win it comfortably.
All right, I don't mind it.
You like that one?
I like the Chargers. I think it's a pick'em game, really, so I like the Chargers there. I'll tell you who's really going to make a statement, though, and that's the Chiefs. The Chiefs right now are a great team that just had a couple slip-ups. The Bills, I'm not completely sold on. They've gotten lucky with who they played. Tua was out and hurt. They played the Texans last week. Awesome that they're doing well versus crappy teams. The Chiefs are about to make a statement that they're the best team in the NFL right now. Now, if the Bills go to Arrowhead and win, I'll give them all the credit in the world, but I think they're overrated. Chiefs are favored by 3. I'll take the points. They're going to crush the Bills, make a statement, and show everyone their back is the best team in the NFL.
Well, we're going to be doing it again. We're off on the other sides because my dog lock of the week, my man, is the Bills going into Kansas City and stealing that on Sunday night. The 8:20 kickoff on Sunday night. KC's favored by 3. The over-under's high, man. It's 56 points. Buffalo beat the Texans last week 40-0. 450 yards of offense they had against the Texans. They've also allowed the fewest passing yards and the 4th fewest rushing yards in the NFL. So they got it all, man. They go in there. I don't want them to do it. I love Kansas City, man, but I think Buffalo goes in here and it's in an NFL playoff preview type of atmosphere. I think they get the job done.
Might be the biggest game of the AFC this year, regular season-wise. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere at Kansas City, but I'm taking Kansas City to prove.
It's going to be a shootout.
So, anyways, let's move on to the dog.
Who's your dog lock?
Dog lock.
Who's your dog lock?
And that is the Packers hosting the Bengals. The Packers are favored by 3. Give me the Bengals here, baby. The Bengals
I like that.
Beat the Packers.
Well, did I have Bengals on?
You got the
Bengals on.
G-man.
Okay.
You got the Bengals on. I like it. Repping them because they're on a little bit of a hot streak. I can't believe I'm saying the Bengals are going to beat the freaking Packers. That's crazy. The Packers offense has not looked that great. Their defense has looked better than most, but the Bengals are rolling. Joe Burrow is hot. That guy is a menace.
Yeah.
Get that look in his eye.
Joey.
I mean, I don't know. I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Packers are going to lose to the Bengals at home. That's the dog lock of the week.
Well, I hope you get that one right, man. I hope you get that right. Let's go to the WoundWise trivia of the week.
All right.
Sponsored by WoundWise IQ. It's a patented mobile imaging and analytics software app that is used by leading physicians and nurses caring for people with chronic and surgical wounds. Just download the app from the App Store and you are ready to go. Learn more at woundwiseiq.com. Team Money.
All
Name
right.
the active NFL wide receivers who have won the Heisman Trophy.
I feel like you kind of gave me a layup this week because it's only one, Devontae Smith.
Oh, well, I asked you in a plural voice, hoping you'd think there were 2, but you are correct, my man.
Yeah.
It's Devontae Smith, all right, from the Alabama to the Eagles. Devontae Smith is the only active wide receiver. And why do I ask you that? Because the marquee matchup on the week 6 of college football, week 5 of pro, week 6 of college, is Penn State traveling to number 3 Iowa. I'm going to get your pick here in a minute. On Penn State going to number 4, Iowa's number 3. They're in Iowa at that stadium where they waved to the Children's Hospital. Remember that? At the end of the quarter, they waved to the kids. So that's kind of cool. And the latest week, the odds are the Hawkeyes -2. Iowa's -2. The total's only 41.5. And the reason I bring up the Heisman is there's 2 Heisman candidates for Penn State. Sean Clifford is the quarterback. Jahan Dotson is the receiver, and he's in the running for one of the top receivers in the country. Look for Jahan Dotson from Penn State and Sean Clifford, the quarterback.
All right.
Hook it up for this big game, man, on Saturday at 4 o'clock, man. Dotson ranks 6th in total catches. I'm going to ask you a question here. See if you can get this. 6th in total catches among Power 5 wideouts. You were like that. And he's 6th among D1 wideouts in touchdown catches. But I want to ask you a question about his record at Penn State. He's got a record there at Penn State. And I'm looking forward to hearing my script. And you got to move the script along. Come on, producers in the background, keep that script rolling, man. Hey, there's one of 8 receivers who have 100-yard games in a season. He's the 3rd to do so since 2000. 8 receivers at Penn State have had 5 100-yard games in a season. Can you tell me since 2000? There are a couple guys that are pros. You know them. Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson in 2013, and your buddy Chris Godwin in 2015. Some of the Penn State receivers Jahan Dotson joined. He joined the club, man. All right, let's move on. Let's pick. You got to pick for the game.
I'll take.
You got to pick Iowa -2.
I'll take Penn State.
You like Penn State going into Iowa winning it. All right, hey, man.
Iowa's extremely overrated.
Hey, we hope you love the show. You know that we love you. And if you do, please press the like and subscribe. Look us up on all the platforms at Father, Son, and Holy Sport. Thank you to Woundwise IQ for sponsoring our Trivia of the Week. Hey, if you're interested in sponsoring or being a guest on the show, let us know. Next week, we set you up for week 6 of the NFL season. So let's go. Team Money, 9:30 Sunday morning is the first game. Get ready, everybody.
Oh, yeah. Got the London game. That's why we got the background. Wake up, get your breakfast and your hash and grits, and get out there and watch the football.
Yeah. Good.
Peace.